So Pisces, sun, moon, or rising for 2024. What am I getting for you? A lot of work opportunities coming in, but it's also a lot on your to-do list. So you may feel a little spoiled for choice. So the first 2 quarters of the year, you may be feeling like, oh my God, I want to take everything, or I feel like I'm supposed to, or when something gets put on my path, doesn't that mean I'm supposed to entertain it? No, it doesn't. What is happening here is really a show, a display that the universe is giving you, from work opportunities to educational potential to relationship, goals. I think you're being shown, it's almost like a smorgasbord, a plethora of different scenarios that could or could not work for you. So think of everything the first 2 quarters as like Cinderella's hideous sisters. They wanted that shoe. Just because it was a shoe, that was going to get them all this wealth, or, this level of hierarchy. And it did not fit. So we can find that during this time, you're able to do whatever is making you increase your financial, especially prosperity, and what relationships are helping you to increase your energy levels and seem to be of value to you. Entertaining relationships with people who want to see you succeed. They're helping you build. It feels well balanced. There are no questions there, no dark cloud hanging over the relationship. The more you're entertaining these situations, the more you can sort of observe everything else that's coming at you as an opportunity, from a calm, cool, and collective space. So all that glitters is not gold, but you want to figure out what is a value for you to add in, who is a value for you to add in to this story based on your ultimate goals. So I want to say this, if you guys don't have a pretty clear understanding and what it is that you want entering the year, you may want to get that straightened out first, because don't forget that the universe responds to whatever you're putting out. So if you're saying, I don't know, or I guess I'll wait and see what happens. Well, that's what you're going to get, is nothing or a whole bunch of random things. Know specifically where you want to be in the next few years, what you feel passionate about, what you want to have in your everyday lifestyle, and how you want to feel in your own skin, in your life, in your relationships. What are you excited and passionate about going forward? And that's what you're going to, see coming your way that you can build toward. So I think that there could also be a bit of a transition, probably because of all of this, in the middle of the year, where you're going out on your own path. And it feels like an empty road, it feels like a dirt road. So it's, not necessarily hard to walk this new journey. But for you, in some ways, it could feel like a long, dirty journey emotionally, because you're sort of exiting a way of life that you once understood, and you're heading into some new territory, but you don't necessarily know what's at the end of the road for you. And I think this is a time for those of you who are branching off into a brand new career, or you're leaving behind an old marriage, or you're, exiting from a social dynamic that really hasn't been working for you. It could feel a little bit like what do we call it? Dark night of the soul, because you're expanding, and this new journey for you requires that you be alone in a lot of ways. But I feel it being very positive for you. So this is a time for you to be with yourself, be with your higher mind, be with spirit, and allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And it looks more toward the end of the year that you're kind of coming out of that, almost like it's a long ago memory, even though it was just a few months ago. So especially between the third quarter going into the fourth, I see you in a position of power. Now, the symbol spirit's using here is you behind the wheel of a car. And that is across the board a symbol, whether it be dream symbology or it be mediumship. This is a symbol of you not only being in movement forward in your life, but because you're behind the wheel, it's you being in a position of power in the world. But also feeling empowered, even more importantly. Okay. So if you do the hard work throughout the year, especially that middle bit, you're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of that labor at the end of the year. And many of you may have a new title slapped onto you. Many of you may see something like, marriage or a brand new relationship sort of title brought into your life. And, many of you may also be in a brand new atmosphere. So, I'm not saying everybody's moving overseas per se, but you could be moving and changing up location pretty dramatically. So residency change.